Devon Marsh. Momo said so. Deborah Botson Bradley. Dwayne Cressinger, welcome. Welcome to our Facebook Live update, 5 o'clock every day. Well, Monday through Friday. Appreciate you tuning in. Coretta Curtis, thank you. Wayne Richardson, freeholder. Tawana Tillery, Corner Gate. Jamila Lewis, how are you? It's a young man singing this song.
I just wanna live.
Based on the things that's been happening in this country lately.
Take me. I just wanna live.
Jamila Lewis, how are you? Jackie Fussell. Argentina Duncan Smith, how are you? How's everything? How's everybody? I'm going to keep shouting y'all. I'm going to play this over and over again today.
I'm a young black man.
Nina Page, how are you? Tia Montague.
Doing all that I can.
Kali Mihalakos, I like that. Nene Sly, how are you? Barbara Thomas. Tara Marie, thank you. I appreciate that. Monique Hurden Bruce, how are you? Sharon Wallace. Beatrice Longwa. I'm getting better and better. Good afternoon. Connie McQueen, how are you? Hold the line. Pedro Rodriguez, hold the line, my brother. Trish Rosario. Good evening. Good evening. Nafisa Kareem. I'm doing great, Philip. Great. Thank you.
I just wanna live.
It said barbershops are not essential to the community. You can live without a haircut. If going to the barber is going to get you killed, no, it's not. Shara Green, thank you.
And I see what's being
Nina Bernabella, how are you? How are you? Florence Jeter. Charles Barkley, good afternoon, sir. Deidre Melton, Simplify. I was looking for you. Michelle Rogers, how are you? Linda Hinida, good evening. Andrew Adams, Kim Barnes, Gladys Santana, blessings to you. Always good to see you up here. Letitia Anderson Daddis, good evening. Sharon Martins, good afternoon. Loretta Murray.
I'm a young black man.
Renee Holman. Kathy Paschel. Good afternoon. I'm doing great. Thank you. Walter Danny Pagan, how are you? Gloria Anderson, Virginia Sanchez, thank you. Thank you. Elizabeth Concepcion. I don't know what's going on down there, but I'll check it out. I'll check it out for you.
I'm being hard to this parade.
Maisha Williams.
My people don't want no trouble. We've got to know.
Glad to have you back. BB Moore, good evening, good evening. Good evening. Yeah, Bando Boomin. How are you? Samisha Campbell King, great, your family. Thank you. Cynthia Reynolds. Or was it Reynoso? Ray Parker, how are you, Carla? Reynolds. Janice Reddick. Stephanie Brown Thomas, good afternoon to you. Glenda Angel Ellison, good afternoon. Shop Newark is in the house. Cassandra Brown, thank you. Brenda Hamilton. It's a great, great song. I love this, man. I loved it. Marianne Darby. Ardelia McElroy. Be safe, sister. Be safe. We're going to keep that. Samaya Holman. It's very, very deep. Iris Purefoy. Kanisha Taylor, Cynthia Parrish. I'm doing this. I just try to hear this song over and over and over again. Okay. South 14th Street between 16th and 15th Avenue. We're going to get up there. Evelyn Torres. Thank you. Melody Figueroa. Let you know. I'll let you know when I get that information. Tatanisha Arrell, how are you? Lisa McDonald. Testing is done. It's testing in the East Ward now. Well, in the North Ward, Riverview Court is testing over there now. We'll come right there because it's housing. I'm going to ask Victor in a few minutes about Riverview Court.
just wanna live.
If you tested positive and tested negative, should we still get tested? Look, you should get tested as many times as you possibly can. Every 2 weeks, if you get a positive, if you get a negative, keep getting tested. That's what I would do. Stephanie Jones, how are you? Keep getting tested. Keep getting tested. Yeah, the internet is acting up.
I'm a young black man.
I'm going to get to these numbers, but I'm going to listen to this one more time.
All that I can to stand. Oh, when I look around and I see what's being done to mankind every day, I'm being hard to this prey. My people don't want no trouble. We've got enough struggle. I just want to live.
Brother said he just want to live.
God.
Excellent, excellent, excellent song. I know right now we still having a women's wellness conference. I see some of y'all multitasking. I appreciate that. I want to shout out my wife who's on there and all of the Aisha Glover and all of the folks that are doing that. It is awesome. Women's wellness event today. Yep. Tamisha Campbell King. God bless the George Floyd family. That's what that song was about. And about a whole bunch of other folks too. Ahmaud Arbery as well. Today in Newark, we have 7,192 positive cases. Yesterday, there was 7,069, so that's an increase of 123, y'all. We were in single digits. We increase of 123. Obviously, we're testing more people, so those numbers are going to come in. We want to make sure the percentages stay low. 579 deaths today, 572 yesterday. That's 7 deaths. We're still in the same according to that. The county has 17,516 positive cases with 1,636 deaths. New Jersey has 156,709 positive cases with 11,344 deaths. Obviously, there's almost 6 million people around the globe that actually have it. Almost 360,000 deaths in the world. 102,000 in the United States. East Orange has 1,837 cases with 188 deaths. Irvington has 1,315 cases with 139 deaths, and Orange has 944 cases with 73 deaths. Just by zip code, 07102 have 255, 07103 806, 07104 1410, 07105 1074, 07106 741, 07107 1055, 07108 555, 07112 552, 07114 308. Hopefully when I give you these numbers that you're keeping track of them every day so you can see yourself and do a back of the envelope kind of mathematical equation to see how you're doing in your neighborhood in the zip code where you live. So hopefully you'll see signs and people out in these neighborhoods and these communities all week. So it's gonna ratchet up this week, June 1st. We're gonna give out so much information June 1st. So be on the lookout for that information. So much information around all of this stuff. I know the people look. I know there's the difficulties. This guy over here, the barbershops united, all of it. Listen, I understand. I don't want you to think we're cold-hearted, that everybody is suffering, right? There's so many people suffering. A lot of people are going to be laid off, unemployed. The state has a $9 billion budget gap, which means if they don't get any relief, a lot of people are going to be laid off. There's a lot of suffering going on, not just in Newark and the state of New Jersey, but all over the country, right? But we're resilient people. We can bounce back. We can get through this. I know we can. We have to be cognizant of people's health. We can't be so selfish that we are more concerned about brick and mortar as opposed to flesh and blood, right? We have to understand that the real temple is your body, not the buildings that you build or the things that you're craving for. We have to, be patient. Open this thing up gradually, because look, if people aren't around to purchase your things, you won't have a store anyway. So let's just be cautious of what we're doing and pay close attention. June 1st, you'll get all the guidelines you need from everything, restaurants, beauty parlors, gyms, everything. You'll get guidelines, and it'll tell you what you need to do immediately. And instead of on here trolling, you should go to newarkcovid19.com, pull down the application, try to figure out what you need to do to open your store and make sure that people are safe, that you are safe. Do that. That is important for you and your family to do. Download, go to Newark COVID-19, get the application, right? You also go to Newark COVID-19 and get a $1,000 grant for rent. You know, there's a lot of stuff at Newark COVID-19. Go there. Go to the email, the website, pull it up, and go to the link that you need. Deaths by zip code. 07102 28, 07103 104, 07104 124, 07105 43, 07106 68, 07107 69, 07108 65, 07112 52, 07114 21. You know, and you know, it almost it disturbs me the way we talk about this thing in such a cavalier way. We talk about it in a cavalier way. If you look at the zip codes and see where you live at, 124 people just passed. In the entire city, 579 deaths, right? So that 579 families who have lost a loved one, right? So let's try not to be so cavalier, so matter of fact about this thing, so concerned about your own personal well-being that you're not considerate about people who actually do not have people in their family anymore because of this sickness and this virus. Take your time here. Think about your own mortality, your own humanity, and your position in this community, and how to help everybody, and not just so concerned about what's going to be beneficial to you and yours. You can also go to, like I said, COVID19.com and Newark COVID-19 and pull and download the information that you need for your business. But you can go to these places personally and get it, like in person. Invest Newark at 111 Mulberry Street. You can go to Lower Broadway Alliance at 643, 645 Mount Prospect. Bergen Alliance Clinton South Ward District at 1049 Bergen Street. Ironbound Business Improvement District at 7476 Prospect Street. Newark Downtown District at 60 Park Place, and the Partnership West Bid at 1044 South Orange Avenue. You can go there and pick up a physical copy as well for reopening, and you email it back to reopeningplans@newarknj.gov. Reopeningplans@newarknj.gov. Call 973-733-3770, 733-3770. Just want to shout out all the people who went and took the test too. It came back negative. Congratulations. God be the glory to you and your family. Go get tested, man. We need you to go get tested. You have to go. We have 8 testing sites up in the city. Go get tested. It's free. You don't have to have symptoms. You don't have to have insurance. Go get tested. And it reminds me of the HIV testing thing. Everybody was afraid to get tested for HIV, but we've been able to manage that because more people have they went and got tested. They began to change their behavior and their lifestyles and different things to protect themselves because of the kind of public health things that people were telling you to do. And the same people that are telling you told you what to do around HIV are telling you what to do around COVID-19. I'm just trying to figure out when did everybody get so conscientious and say we don't trust things. We follow the HIV policy. Let's follow what's going on in terms of COVID-19 so we can keep our families and our community, in fact, safe. We have to get tested. Go get tested. In fact, before Newark opens up, City Hall, all the employees are going to be mandatory testing for all employees. If you have a store, we're gonna make it a condition of you reopening that people are tested in the store. We have to make sure people are safe. The guy hit me on there talking about barbershops. I want him to go pull up the article in Missouri of the young lady who opened up a beauty parlor and infected 91 people. 91 people in a week, 1 week period, infected 91 people. Now, those 91 people who probably didn't know, some of them probably didn't know they got sick, affected some more people, and it went on and on and on. So you don't even know how many people got infected simply because this woman was working in her beauty parlor. There's no fault of her own. They opened up. She didn't sneak and do it like some people around here doing it. She opened up because they gave her permission to open up, and she infected people. And so it's important for us to figure out how to open up safely, not just open up because you're upset and you want to get your business, you want to make money. How to open up safely. Have some concern about other people's family, not just your own. Well, how are you going to distance? They're saying now you shouldn't have hair dryers in there because hair dryers blow the virus around. It's all kind of things. How do you make sure people are getting cleaning themselves before they come into your store? You provide hand sanitizer, hand wipes. Are you only allowing a certain amount of people in the store at a time? Only appointments and not walk-ins. Is there a partition between workers, and a partition between you and other folks? What are you going to do to make sure people are safe? We can't just allow you to open up arbitrarily and wantonly without making sure that you are conscientious about the safety of the residents that are coming into your store. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. You have to be clear and cooperative and collaborative and community minded and oriented about how we take care of our city as a whole. That's important. And that's the only thing I'm concerned about, right? Look, this is not for me to win a popularity contest, me doing this. I do this to give you information so you can prepare yourself, prepare your family. We're in a battle here. Every single day that we wake up, we in a battle. And there's ebbs and flows in this battle. Some days we win, some days we lose. We just want to make sure we win more days than we lose. We want to make sure we win more days than we lose, so we can make sure we get out of this thing. And I was talking to somebody, and I just saw it up here too, about clubs and bars. So that's far off. That's far off. Those places probably won't reopen in a very, very long time. I couldn't even imagine seeing people open anytime during the summer. In the fall, it would be hard pressed as well. A lot of those places, because it's impossible to socially distance in places like that. And it's going to be very, very difficult. No ventilation in places like that. And part of the issue is you have to have ventilation. You have to have circulation of air, fresh air coming in and out. You have to have that, or you make it difficult for people to be in a closed quartered space. It's actually safer for you to be if you go to a restaurant or a place like that, to be outside in the restaurant as opposed to being inside the restaurant. It's actually safer for you because there's more ventilation, more ability for the virus when it gets hit the air to become more diluted than inside of a closed quartered space that's being the air being recirculated over and over and over again, and you're breathing it in and out, in and out, and in and out. The issue is as well. I know that we go over this all of the time, and we have to. It's consistency. We have to go over it. We have to make sure you have the numbers. I want you to calculate these things on your own. I want you to be aware of it. We have to go over it over and over and over again so we can get it in your head. We get it in your family's head so you're clear about what it is you need to do and not do, right? I'm having a family meeting on my Instagram live at 6:30 tomorrow. Family meeting, regular people that are fitness folks, folks that are developers, people that are in the music industry, regular moms, and community aides, and all kind of folks that are talking, community doctors, and just regular dudes just want to talk to the community about how they coping with this, how they getting through this, and what they feel about what's going on. Their real honest and intimate feelings about what's happening in this country and in this world, and frankly in their neighborhood and their community, and how they're coping. And we're going to go over that tomorrow at 6:30, and I want you all to tune in on IG Live, and I think we're going to run it on Facebook Live too, so you can be able to see what's going on and listen to other people's perspective and begin to talk about this thing. And maybe you'll have something in common with these folks, and maybe you'll get some information and learn something while you're on there at the same time. We're still giving out food every Wednesday. We're feeding thousands of people. You have to leave your information on this website, on this Facebook page, on the feed before you leave. People are on here pulling information down so that they can, in fact, go to your spot and make sure we feed you. We're still giving out masks. We're still doing that. It's important for you to wear a mask when you're outside. Wear a mask when you're around people. When people are around you, make them wear a mask. If they're talking to you, tell them to put on the mask. If you have on the mask, you're keeping them safe. If they don't, they're not keeping you safe. Everybody should be wearing masks when you're talking to people, particularly when you're in close quarters. There should be no stores that are letting people. You see people in stores with no mask, call us immediately. We'll shut those stores down. Nobody should be going in any stores, any places without any mask. You're not even going to be able to get in City Hall without a mask. Workers, residents, nobody. You have to wear a mask. A lot of people moving in and out of there, you must wear your mask. If you have to wear gloves, wear your gloves. In order to stop this kind of cross-contamination, you have to bring multiple gloves with you outside and throw the gloves in the garbage, not on the street or on the ground or on the floor. Throw them in the garbage and put new gloves on, right? Because with your gloves on, you're still touching things and you're contaminating the gloves, and then you contaminate other things that you touch. So, you know, I wear gloves, keep a pair in my back pocket, another pair in the other pocket. So when I leave from place to place, I can change my gloves when I'm outside. It's important because I don't want to get other people sick, because I touch things. When I take my gloves off, I wash my hands, so I'm okay. But because I touched something, I could have touched something that was contaminated and touched something else and allow the disease to spread, the virus to spread to somebody else who does not know they came behind me. Particularly if you're in these supermarkets and these stores who are in fact can cause high levels of cross-contamination. So we should be careful with that. So there's an upcoming event, a reopening Newark, a COVID-19 recovery plan for our faith-based community. This Saturday at 10 a.m., there's a virtual discussion about churches and masjids and faith-based institutions and when they're going to reopen and how they reopen it. That's this Saturday at 10 a.m., led by our great Reverend Roundtree in our city. Please tune into that. The registration link will be posted on this Facebook page. Go to that as well. The city is also partnering with the Newark Public Library. The Newark Public Library to present Hazte Cantar Porque es tan importante participar en el Censo 2020. This event will be held on Thursday, June 4th at 7 p.m. And that's just to get people to fill out the census. 7 p.m. Thursday, June 4th, live streamed on the Newark Public Library Facebook page. It'll be spoken in Spanish to stress the importance of the census. We are now at 42% census, 42%, which is low. We have to get higher. We're going to start offering census, allowing people to fill out the census at our testing sites as well. Please, tomorrow on our Facebook Live at 5 p.m., we're going to have mothers up here. We're going to talk about COVID-19 from a mother's perspective. I'm going to have Jamila Hernandez, Hamina Muhammad, and Patricia Pat Price. We're going to talk about COVID-19 from a mother's perspective. Mothers, we're just talking about how it's affecting their family, how they're coping, how they're dealing with this. Tomorrow, it's going to be a good conversation for us to talk, for you to listen to and be a part of. And all these, there's a lot of young people outside, y'all. Well, our Education and Information Committee has been trying to gather them up, but there's a lot of young people outside, man, a lot of young people. And what does that mean? That means that their parents are letting them come outside. And it's very dangerous. You talk to some kids and they think that, kids think that their friends, because their friends don't appear sick, that they're not sick. So they go around their friends, they're still shaking hands, they're hugging, they're doing all kinds of other things, they're talking without masks on, they're conversing and congregating. And so they feel like because you don't have any symptoms, you're not sick. They don't know that over 50% of the people that actually have COVID-19 are asymptomatic, that they in fact have no symptoms. So they go around people and they get sick, right? And they don't know that, and they bring it home and they still asymptomatic. And their parents their mother gets sick or their grandmother gets sick. And they're trying to figure out how their grandmother got sick. And in fact, New York, they overwhelming majority of new cases are people who are elders who have not come outside. Why? Because they're coming into contact with people who are sick. So they come into the house and infect the household. So mothers, you have to be careful. Do not let your kid run around and roam outside, particularly around a group of children who you do not know if they are positive or not. And kids can get the virus. Yes, they can. Kids can get the virus. Yes, yep. So it's important for us to make sure we monitoring and keeping track of our young ones and making sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. Myself and my good brother from Newark, Do It All, we did a song together. It's called Keep the Faith. I wrote some lyrics, a poem to associated with that. I'm going to read that. I'm going to close out on that. I'm going to close out on that immediately. I'm going to close out on that. God shaped us in the darkness of a mind, blew breath in the palms of our hands, fashioned the wind at the footsteps of our enemies, and called generations into existence, making the dark stone the cornerstone, created us out of the deep heat of the Sahara, the raging waters, rising out of the Gulf of Guinea. We were born this way, black on purpose, painted the color of the ocean floor of God's womb, the world's oldest memory at the bottom of a valley, somewhere in Abyssinia. We held prophets in our bosom and shaded them from hatred and lies. Yeah, we millions of miles away from the songs our great-grandmothers sung, strangling each other on social media, celebrating the same noose they used to hang our fathers with, watching our children drunk with despair, tricked into believing all you are and all you got was just you, too blind to see the mud you pulled yourself out of is red with the blood of those who perish trying to hold you up, keep you from drowning in the same self-hatred you advertising to our children, making them believe the back door they building for themselves is the way out, too confused to see that the trap is actually what it is, a trap. We made it here by faith. We made it here by faith, ring shouts and shotguns, stubborn will and prayer warriors, runaway plots and eloquent speeches in our enemy's tongue. We had to be brilliant, the actual sun's son. We made something from nothing and turned the bottom into the foundation. So when we moved, the whole place shook. We made it here by faith. Yeah, we made it here by faith. Our ancestors' hands held up the sky so we can stand tall, dance across time, be beautiful deliberately. Keep the faith. Don't hide beneath the sirens, a hopeless routine of cops and robbers. Keep the faith. Don't disappear in the stories of jailhouse drama and dead bodies in front of corner stores. Keep the faith. Don't shrink in the back of the class and be fooled into believing the world is not better with you in it. Keep the faith. Stop running from who you are. You look like the darkness in the backdrop of your dreams, the canvas of the stars, the blanket the moon wraps itself in, where the best of you rests, waiting for the day you love yourself, waiting for the day you love yourself, waiting for the day you love yourself more than everything else this place offers you. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. How else you think we got here anyway?